Hi James, this is Ryan Harvey at the Harvey Boys with the gig review for Noel Gallagher's High Flying Birds at Wembley SSE Arena, April 27th, 2018. This was actually my big 40th birthday, and the gig coincided with that, so I booked to go to Wembley even though we're Stockport/Manchester based, so made the trip down there on the train afterwards. A minor annoyance, we were sat at the back of the floor, so they'd created the floor is everyone standing, but they created just a section of about 10 rows at the back of the floor, but unfortunately they were flat, they weren't raised, so and then the steward spent the majority of the time telling everyone to sit down. I knew when the Oasis songs kicked in that wasn't going to happen, so we just had to get through that initial run of 7 or 8 songs for everything to sort of kick off and the stewards to give up trying to control people's fun. So I think there's little gig annoyance there, and I think everyone should be allowed to just stand up at these gigs. It's a little bit ridiculous. So the structure of the gig, you tend to get the new stuff, followed by the slightly older solo stuff, followed by the Oasis stuff, and then kind of a mix in between for the rest of the second half of the gig. Certainly I would say the first, as I have thought, the first half of an old gig is the new stuff, and it doesn't really kick off. Even Holy Mountain, everyone's just a sort of polite golf applause kind of thing. Or maybe in London as well, because I'm used to northern gigs, which I think are more rowdy. I certainly felt that in the first half of this, but that may not be the case, not sure. So I'll share you some of the talking, not too much talking in between songs. The main first bit was when he introduced the first Oasis song. So, and it surprised me how I think the crowd were just desperate for an Oasis song. So, Little by Little is the first one you get, and it really, the difference between the first half of the gig and then when that song, a huge sing along, and so as Noel has said many times, that song surprises him how everybody else likes that song. So yeah, it certainly kicked the gig into high gear.
Now, I usually ask at this point, as you'll know this, all over the world, are there any Oasis fans in this town? Well, I fucking know there are in this town, because I get fucking minded every day by cunts looking at fucking photographs. I know there's Oasis fans in this town. This will be for you.
It surprised me how much Dead in the Water was obviously kind of the one everyone's waiting for, and it's a sing-along. Not Don't Look Back in Anger sing-along yet, because I think maybe half the arena knows it, but certainly it was loud enough that it was nice to hear.
Keyboards all the way from Camden fucking town in London. Miss Jessica Greenfield. To her left, domestic goddess, rapper, astronaut, psychedelic fairy, the world's foremost scissor player, the Charlotte Marionette. There she is there. This thing of beauty is called Miss YC. She's from Marseille in France. That's right. She has not been on strike once on this entire tour. Not once. She's going to make this song sound better than it is. Aren't you?
The only one I didn't enjoy, which is one on the album, is Be Careful What You Wish For. I don't like that at all. Always skip it, and it was here, and Noel even says YC needs to, or is going to make it sound better than it is. Not in my opinion. That song could do with being dropped. There should be some more Oasis songs here, I think. It's just the energy in the Oasis song is what everyone's waiting for. So I think he needs to step up the ratio a little bit. I know we've been over this, or he's been over this a lot, that he wants to play what he wants to play, but one or two or three more Oasis songs is not going to kill anyone. Go Let It Out. I love that song. Not like this though, as there's been the online debate. It needs Liam, but even not. It could do with the electric guitars, because I remember on the Familiar to Millions tour, or that tour, Noel, they were playing the electric guitars, even though on the record it starts with acoustic, and then so Noel's kind of doing that. But I think it needs electric guitars in a live setting, and obviously Liam's voice would finish it off. But yeah, it has a sort of a strange fairground song vibe to it, but you kind of ignore that and you just sing along anyway. But I don't think the sound of it, the way they've arranged it, is good at all. So, as I reviewed my Lee and Nottingham gig in December, I pondered whether Noel's would be as good. I certainly, what I could say is I do not come away thinking, oh my god, what an amazing gig that was. I guess that was partly because of the expectations for Liam were kind of low, but then he shot everyone's expectations out, blew them out of the water. And you kind of forgot that actually if he was kind of the Oasis cover band, then it didn't matter. Him singing Rock and Roll Star, it doesn't really matter who's playing the guitars as long as they play them well. Maybe Noel won the initial BDI versus Noel round. I think Liam has won round 2 of As You Were versus Who Built the Moon. Maybe there's round 3 to come.
Before we go, would you like to give it up for, on the bass guitar from Liverpool, Mr. Russell Pritchard? You can boo, you can't boo, it's true. On the drums, also from fucking Liverpool, the one and only Mr. Chris Sarrett. You can boo, you can boo. On the electric guitars, a man that needs no introduction, so he's not going to get one. On the trumpet, he's back. He fucking left this tour for maternity leave. It's like the fucking 70s never happened. Maternity leave. Fucking hell. Millwall Joe, there he is. New dad. Shattered. Completely fucked. I would thank you very much for coming out to see us. It's essential that you come out to see us because, those are cardo bills, they don't pay them fucking selves, you know what I mean? I'm going to dedicate this last song to Babs Brand, Thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Have a safe journey on. And all that. Good night.
As an Oasis fan and junkie, great to go. Big sing-alongs, I would say. Highlight was Little by Little for me. Just kicked the gig into high gear, and the crowd was just super into it. Thanks, James. Take care, all. Till next time.